Hello. I my story I didn't do a story yesterday because I was I went out to eat and in that moment I was like, "Oh, I could do a video right now. I could have a story right now." And I felt that and I almost picked up my phone and started to record, and I decided to fully be in the moment and enjoy myself versus taking out my phone and filming a story. So that's the story for yesterday, was that I was in the moment and fully enjoying my present moment and not recording it. My story today is I had an idea in mind when I decided to record this, and my mind is blanking. It's blanking. Oh, I remember now. I had, so on Halloween, on the 31st, I had a ethereal experience, and it was really magical, and it's something that I haven't experienced to that degree before. And yeah, I'm just gonna say that, but it was like I was living in bliss, and I was so happy, and it was just really amazing. And like deciding to come back to Earth and just kind of almost like living on that level of peace and just like contentment and joy. And then today, I feel like I'm coming back down from that. And not that it's gone, because I had a really lovely day today, but like from transitioning from that to where I'm at now, and like incorporating, like, okay, like how do you combine the two? And I've I've talked before about how my main thing with this channel and like my message in general is connecting back to who we really are and being fully human, fully light, fully our soul, and both of those things together. And I think that I'm still discovering what that actually looks like, because I was like, okay, I experience like pure bliss with my ethereal self, and then feeling that also like in the human body as well. Like I felt both of those things. And then when that starts to fade, I wasn't expecting it to fade, is what it is. And I'm like, okay, it's starting to fade. And and like, okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm in pain physically again. And I know I'm having some old kind of fears or anxieties come up again. And it's like, oh, what is that? And what is that? And I don't want to associate those things with being human, because it's very easy for it to be like, oh, I'm just human. So I feel anxious. I feel fearful because I'm human. And I don't believe that. I really don't. I feel that when we've gotten to a certain point of rewiring the patterns in our brain that are stuck in a loop from trauma that we've experienced, and when we have felt and like loved the part of ourselves that did experience that, the human body, the human mind that did experience those traumas, when we are there for that part of ourselves and like reparenting ourselves, whatever you want to call it, and holding space for that and seeing that, then it doesn't keep coming back up, you know? And so it's combining, okay, like a human and an ethereal being into one. And it's like, okay, you take away the trauma, you take away the pain, and then what are you left with? You know, like what does make a human a human? And the experience that I had, like up in the stars the other night, going up into the stars. It was really amazing. It's hard to describe it in words, but it was like everything was just peaceful. Everything, like there was no fear, there was no pain, and it was perfect, you know? And then deciding that I wanted to come back down to earth. And but I was allowed to take those things with me. I was allowed to take the beauty of the moon and the power of the moon and the power of the stars and that energy and put it back inside of me and come down to earth and to my human body and um, and so yeah, I think that my human body is adjusting to that. It's adjusting to that, and there's a lot of energy. I feel like I slept quite a bit today. I woke up early, but then I slept quite a bit later and worked on some music and stuff. But it's an adjustment, and I think because it was so magical, the experience that I had, and then coming back from that and just like feeling really great, even when I was back down in my human body, feeling really great, and like, oh, this is what life's gonna be like now, you know, this is what it's gonna be like, and and then feeling like, okay, there's still some adjusting to do and kind of navigating and letting myself feel and kind of exploring, like, what does it mean to be fully releasing pain and fear, to not be holding on to those things anymore, but to still be human and to still feel fully, and to incorporate the pure bliss from the ethereals into this world now. So yeah, there's that story today. Balancing the two, being human, being an ethereal, having peace and no pain, no fear, but still letting yourself feel, and not reverting back to the idea that, oh, because I'm human, that I must be fearful, I must be in pain because I'm human. Like, and it's like I've felt pain, I've felt fear, like my whole life. That's what it was like, and realizing that it doesn't have to be that way anymore. It doesn't have to be that way anymore, and adjusting to that still. Yeah. Just me or anybody else watching this? Can you relate to anything I'm saying? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let you go now. Goodbye.